There's a big mistake the accounting profession makes with its prices, and I hope you're not making it too. My name is Mark Wickersham. I'm a speaker and author of a number of books on value pricing for the profession. And the big mistake is something I made all of the time when I started my accounting firm. It took me years before I finally realised this mistake. And it's essentially basing our price upon the competition. You see, what happens is many accountants, and this was me back in the late 1990s, I'd go and visit a potential client. I would do all the right things. I'd impress them with what I could do. I came from a tax background, so I often taught tax planning. And during my meetings with a prospective client, I would explain to them how I help with taxes and planning, and it would really help me if I could see a copy of last year's set of accounts so I could go through and look for some tax planning opportunities, which I did. But actually there was a real reason for asking for the set of accounts. You see, during the conversation, I would be flicking through to the back page to the detailed profit and loss account, and I'd be looking for one number, which is the line item audit and accountancy fees. And I'd make a mental note of that number. And then having got that number, at the end of the meeting, when the client said, "This sounds really good, what's it going to cost?" I would then say, "Let me think about it. I'll pull together a proposal for you and I'll send it through the post, through the mail to you." And then what I did, which was in hindsight so stupid, was my number, my price, would usually be 5 to 10% less than the previous accountant. Now, I won lots of business. I grew my accounting firm fast over the first 2 or 3 years. It looked really successful. I thought I was successful. But it took me 3 years to realise I wasn't making any money. I was working crazy hours as I'd built this practice for too little money. And the single biggest mistake I made, and I know I wasn't alone, is pricing too low, basing it on the competition. You see, the fact is, the competition, most accountants, most bookkeepers don't know how to price. They're too cheap. So we shouldn't be basing our price based upon what their fees were. Secondly, we have to recognise that if they're thinking of changing accountants or changing bookkeeper, there's something about their current advisor they're not happy with. So we should absolutely be charging a higher price because they want more. And so my final tip for you is, when you are pricing brand new work, a new client, make sure you do not copy the previous accountant or bookkeeper, but actually, better still, try to make sure you do not find out what they're charging. Because what happens is, if you know that number, and I used to be obsessed with trying to find that number, a big mistake, when you know that number, even if you go at a higher price, that will create what's called an anchor. It will create an anchor in your mind that will affect your particular price, and as a result will make you go lower than what you should do. Okay, I look forward to having the chance to train you and teach you on some other videos I've got coming soon, but also below here are some free resources. Please go and grab those. Go and join my Facebook group. You can ask me questions. Thank you so much for watching this video.